I can now save this as a PDF. And now I have sort of my master list for that community. So now I have every community as of the date that I printed it out. So that's bless you. So I'm on the PDF page. I can download this for offline use. And what's pretty cool too about this, I wonder if I can zoom in here. Oh, not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. But what's pretty cool here is you see right here, it's got like the map button and the property card. So those are hyper. So I don't have to be logged into MMT or anything. I just need Wi-Fi connection, and I can just click on that report and pull this up wherever I am. So that's pretty nice. We try to make things as easy as we can. Oh, what happened to my list? Okay, there we go. All right, so that's the show search results. If you click on standard report, you've got a little bit more information here. You've got the address, subdivision, last transaction date, but then you actually get some property details too. So you've got the square footage available there, the year built, the acreage is on there, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, the legal descriptions. You've got a little bit more information for all 265 records here.
What did you select to get to
Which
this
one
page?
did I select?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. That was the standard report.
Okay, thank you.
Standard report's gonna give you all of that.
I have a question. If you go back, before you hit standard or standard report, can you sort by, let's say like name, acreage, square footage?
So you can sort by one thing. You can sort by one thing. What you can do is you can reorganize your columns, but that's a little bit different than the report that I'm showing you now. So right now, the columns that you're seeing here are actually going to be different than what you would see if you were to log on right now because I customized it. But the sort, it'll only let you sort it by one item. That's a good question.
Could you maybe put that into like a spreadsheet, like a spreadsheet?
Absolutely.
You could filter it
Absolutely.
however you wanted.
So here, what I'll show you now. So right now, I've shown you show search results. That's your one-line view. I've shown you standard report. That's your kind of profile card. And if you wanted to, you can click on export. That's right over here under prospect, actually. You can click on export, and here it will actually let you select what column you would like to use. For example, maybe I don't want like multiple owner addresses, or maybe I want to also include like the land value, you know? I can pick whatever I want here. I can just select it all. And then right here, I can export the data. I'm going to show you really quick. Kind of got to pay attention here because this was a little weird. When I click export the data, typically you expect the download to already start. That's not the case here. It actually gives you a little hyperlink here, and it's going to say owner data file. So we're going to click on that. And then that's going to give you the actual export with all of that information. And so here all of it is. Now you can sort it and filter it through the spreadsheet here. That was a great question. Were there any other questions that I missed while I was? Okay. All right, so I'm going to close this tab here. And now we're back. So we've got a good list of every parcel that's in this neighborhood. You might have noticed that there was one, I don't know if I can find it now. I probably see that. But if you saw earlier, there was actually a parcel here that was designated to JPA. So it's not actually a single family residence, it's just kind of one of those parcels that they use for the electric company. So what you might want to do in this property type category, you'll filter it out by designating single family as your property type. So at 265 right now, when I click search, drops it to 264. Not a major difference, but at least it gets rid of it, right? There have been some neighborhoods much larger, have a couple of those parcels. Clears it out, you don't really want to waste your time with those. Now, 264, lots of people I could make contact with, but maybe some of these people just purchased this home within the last year. They're probably not ready to talk selling just yet. So let's filter that out a little bit more. We want to make meaningful connections, not just, reaching out to whoever. So right here, under group 2, there's a length of ownership filter. So in this case, I like to use the date range here. And I like to use the second box. In that second box, I'm going to put a limit of anybody who's owned, 5 years or more. Okay? You can do however long you maybe would want to do. So we are now in 26, crazy. Let's say I want anybody who has owned the property 2021 maximum. All right, so this is a key here. You have to use the second box. So if you're jotting notes or making a mental note, you have to use the second box in the date range. I'm going to click search. That dropped me down to 180. It's a little bit more manageable. I have this column called last sale date. If I click on that, I've got people who've been here since 76, right? They might not be wanting to go anywhere, but who knows? If I click it one more time, you can see that the most recent purchase is from December 2020. So I've got people who've been there at least 5 years. Maybe we're ready to make the move. Who knows? You'll never know if you don't ask, right? So with 180, maybe I'm mentally prepared to create mailing labels for 180 letters. Maybe. If you are, that's where labels is going to come in. So it's the very first one right here. These are going to be free mailing labels for you to print. You just need to purchase the actual mailing sticker. So I clicked on mailing labels. It tells you that it uses Avery 5160. So if you're going to go out today after this event and go get a Staples or Walmart or Target, Avery 5160. All right? So there's a couple of options. There's the owner address label, owner address or current residence label, and then the resident label. So here's the owner address label. This is what it looks like. It's already nice and organized for you. And what's nice and helpful about this particular label, let me see if I can find someone. What it's looking for is their primary mailing address. So they don't even necessarily have to live here. I passed a couple of investors, which is fine. Oh, here we go. This individual lives in St. John's, Florida. So this address here in Ramsgate, not their primary mailing address, probably not their primary address, but I'm still reaching them. I'm still making that connection. Hey, maybe you'd like to sell, or I work with this leasing company. They'd be happy to turn that into like a lease home. I don't know. So that's what the owner labels will do. Owner address or current resident is going to find that property address, and it's just going to change the label to the owner on file's name or current resident. So if this is not you or current resident, here's my information. And then finally, resident address label just says current resident. And it's only going to go to the property address within the neighborhood. So we're not getting that St. John thing. If you do not want to use these mailing labels, maybe you work with another company and you want them to mail it on your behalf, here's the data file. It's just a quick export, already lined up with everything you need. You can give that to whoever your mailing provider is for your mailers. Okay, so this information is totally free for you to use. Questions about getting those?
Do you have to have the full version of Excel, or is it more difficult if you don't?
So I have only ever done this on computers that have Excel. I think one other time there was a different spreadsheet.
Yeah, sometimes our agents have trouble when it's
Yeah,
on a different computer.
I've seen it one other time on a different type of spreadsheet. Whatever spreadsheet program you use, it should download it onto that program. Because it's specifically a CSV file, not Excel specifically, so it should work. Or if anything, I think it'll at least let you maybe copy it and you can take it into like Google Sheets or something like that.
I've used it a million times on Google Docs.
There you go.
Never had a problem.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so that's how you get the free stuff. Be sure I don't miss out on these other good stuff. Okay. So remember, I said this is a really quick version of this MMT class. I'm actually going to return to the menu now. We're going to leave this area. So when you're on the screen, if you want real mailers or if you want contact capture, you're going to go to My MMT. I'll tell you a little bit about that. So Real Mailers is an embedded mailers campaign, where you can do the same thing of pulling a subdivision, getting the names and addresses that you want to reach out to, and create mailers from your computer. And then the company Real Mailers will mail it out on your behalf, cardstock photo, full color, first class postage for whatever their fee is, which I cannot remember. But you'll see it. Contact Capture is a subscription program that you sign up with My MMT. Same idea. You pull the neighborhood, you pull the addresses that you want, and then you can get the email and phone number on file for those homeowners. Each record is 15 cents, and you only pay for whatever records that you actually get from MMT. There's like a setup fee. I want to say it's $20. I don't want to quote them, but it will tell you. You set it up, and then you just pay for whatever you use. So I'll show you how to do Real Mailers. Contact Capture, we don't have it enabled, so I can't exactly show you on here. I think I can pull up a video for you to show you how it works. It's very easy. So this is My MMT. Here, you're going to find that search button, and you're going to do these searches under property. I'm just going to pull up this search form. This is actually the same thing that we just did on the other program. They just haven't merged those programs yet, so that's why you kind of need to know a little bit on how to do both of them. We're going to follow those same steps, though. So I'm going to find Duval. It's still got me in Jeremy's profile. That's okay. Here we go. Here is the subdivision section right here. So we're going to use that landscape one again. See, same thing. Here's that add all button. And then property groups. This is where single family lives. And then at the bottom, here is owned how long. This is where we're going to put in that date range. Remember, you're using that second box, the 2 box. And we did one. bear with me. Oh, because I took it in twice. That's okay. All right. And then there's a search button up here. Kind of covering it a little bit here. Let me see if I can zoom out. Here's those 180 records. Now, because this time we're paying for this campaign, you probably want to whittle that down a little bit more, because even though each postcard is cents, those cents add up. So you might want to bring it down some. I'm going to leave it as it is because it's going to be the same difference to me. I'm not sending it out. When you have your list, you're going to look for export. I see some notes jotted down. Export is where real mailers and contact capture will be. I don't have contact capture on here because, of course, we're not subscribed to it. But once you subscribe to it, you'll see it as an option. This is actually also where you can get those same mailing labels that we just saw. So if you really wanted to skip that first one, if you just learned how to do the searches in here, you don't have to use it, right? Okay. Here's export to real mailers. And real mailers is so easy to use. So all you need is one photo of the property and then optional but recommended your headshot, and optional but recommended your office logo. All right, so I'm curious if you have any started campaigns here. Great. All right, so there's two options. You can create your postcard in Real Mailers, which is what I would recommend. It's the easiest way to do it. Or if you are really tech savvy, if you're a little bit of a designer, you can upload your own design. Yeah. Do you have a photo of each one of those homes? What do you mean? Of the 180? Yeah. No. So what we're doing here is we're building a postcard. Maybe you just sold a home in that neighborhood and you want to let everybody know. So,
I missed that part too. I was like,
yeah. Oh my gosh, no. Can you imagine just every single one? No. This is where you're campaigning for yourself. What did I just sell? What do I have listed right now? If you're targeting an area where there's maybe renters, this is my listing that's within this area. If you like this area, maybe you want to move here. That's funny, it's a good question. So this one, if you're going to upload your own design, you would do that like with Canva. So you would create a postcard in Canva, and then you just upload that here. And then you'll skip all the other steps I'm about to go through. That's also the best option if you wanted to display more than one picture. Building your own only lets you upload one picture. So I've had that question before. So we're just going to build a postcard. Jeremy, do you have photos on this laptop for like a stock photo of a house or anything like that? Maybe not.
You could try and download maybe.
That's okay. I'm gonna see if I can go to an old
I mean, I did, yeah, there's one.
Yeah, perfect. So what I did.
Spaceship.
Yeah. I will.
No, there's one right there though.
I'm gonna use this one. No, it's fine. Okay.
See, it says buy or else. I'm
That's true.
And then already preloaded.
I mean, is that right? I mean, hit up Jeremy. So this is already a previous campaign that we did, so for our training purposes. So what you would see here, you're gonna see a place for you to upload a photo. So here, there'll be a button that says upload photo. You'll take it from your computer, you'll add it. This is actually a great example. You see right here, it says low resolution photo. We just took this off of Google. So it will tell you, hey, we're gonna use this photo, but it is low resolution. So when the postcards go out, it's probably gonna be blurry. So just letting you know, it's your opportunity, maybe pick a different photo. Here, where Jeremy put his very, direct message, this is where you build your postcards. So here you can put, maybe,
Hey, don't judge my marketing.
you just list it, right? Now we're building the back title. You can say buy or else, or you can just say contact me today, or I don't know. And as you're building this postcard, it's showing you right here what it's going to look like. Description, again, this will go right under here. I'm gonna keep that. You know what we did last time. Sure. Here's the list price. You're putting in all this information. So everything in this at this point is optional, except for, of course, your photo, the postcard title, and the description, the content that you want to put in. Everything else is optional. List price. If you've got a website, what a great place to direct them to your website. The price, the square footage, maybe the lot size. I'm gonna click next. And it's loading and it's thinking. Okay, so far so good. Next is going to ask you for your contact details. So this is where your logo or your profile picture would be good. Your headshot. You'll upload it right here. I wonder, do we have? We don't have. That's okay. It's not required. You would upload your photo right here, and it would be placed right here in this corner. You want to use a nice, great photo. Your name is actually usually pulled from your profile already, so the only thing you might need to re-enter is your contact information. We're going to go next. Next is going to have you enter your company details. So again, here's your logo. This is where the logo would be. And you're going to go next. See, it's a very easy process. Here, it's just showing you a screenshot. Now, I'm using a previous campaign. That's why this number is different. But it's showing you the first 5 records just so that you can confirm, is this the spreadsheet that I meant to do? If not, you can go back to MMT and just restart. Or they have an option here to do map targeting, which I've never actually used. You can give it a try, but probably not now for the sake of time. And you can always upload a new list. So maybe you have another list of addresses and owners that you use. Maybe you want to send them these mailers too. Here, because I'm using 4x6 postcards, by default, it's already going to be first class mail. And so for 255 mailers that they'll print on the cardstock and in color with first class mail, the total is 209. And then you can opt to send something to your address too. So that way, you know, when you get your postcard, you kind of know everybody else is either getting their postcard or has already received it. And then you'll just click next. You'll get the previews. You can make sure everything looks as you expect for it to look. And then here's just where the payment options. Yes. Mm-hmm. And then the larger your postcard is, the more it'll look. So that's real mailers.
Can you scroll down a little? It said something about 3 p.m. How do you figure out?
Oh yeah, if you do it by 3 p.m. on like a Monday through Friday, it'll process it that same day.
And mail it that same day?
It'll go into production that same day. So if I would have to guess, it's probably the next day. They have some FAQs here, and it does tell me how long does it take to deliver my mail? About 4 to 6 business days. Mm-hmm.
What size?
That was a 4x6. They have other options. When we go back to this page, that's 4x6. They can do 6x9, 6x11, or like a full-on regular envelope letter. All right, so that is real mailers. Let me see if I can find you a video for a contact capture. I don't know if audio works in here, but I would really like to make sure you can see this. Contact capture.
Congratulations on enrolling in MMT's Contact Capture
It was
program.
awful nice.
This video will show you how to obtain your contact list in just a few easy steps.
Okay. The volume's not too loud, but it'll work.
First, select the county
Okay.
and choose the property. I'm using single-family home. If you have a subdivision in mind, begin typing it in the field and fill will populate the subdivision that I'm using your method. To narrow your results, choose the length of time of ownership. I like homes that have been owned for 10 years or more, so I'll enter 1/1/2012.
You've done.
To obtain your results, click the tab Send to Grid.
I'm avoiding the need to sing.
You can see that 13 records were returned. If you want all of the records, click on Shah. Now click on the Export tab and choose Export Grid CSV with phone email. You'll see a pop-up window notifying you that you will be charged 15 cents per record. Click OK. Now you can open the file and see your results.
Email.
And there you have it. The phone and email columns are at the end. If the phone number has D and C for the last 3 digits, it's on the do not call list.
That's it. So if you didn't hear that at the end, if they are on the do not call list, those last 3 digits will be D and C. So you're still like with it, you're not breaking any regulations there. Okay, and again, that was just a really quick overview of how to use this. Those free labels, or use one of the 2 paid options that are already here, so you don't have to do any really extra steps as far as requesting the data. What questions can I answer for you all, if any? Everybody's an expert today. Very good, very proud of you. Okay, well, I mean, wow, we're done like 7 minutes early. So Jeremy and I will be in here for the, oh, yes, I have some
And
questions.
this may not have anything to do with this, but
That's
from-
okay.
is it from this MMT or is that was the original screen, right? Did you get like market updates when you think about like, I'm thinking about like when providing content like Fort County or something, would that be?
Oh, like market data?
Yeah.
Like the graphics that we, no, that's actually Domus Analytics. So,
Sorry, I know that.
that's okay, actually, I'm gonna do it for you. That's this one, Domus Analytics. If you wanna write it down, you can also search it in the menu. It's DOMUS.
Perfect, okay.
Yeah. And this is your member portal with market stats. And so this will look familiar. I'm gonna click on market infographic. This is what you get in those monthly newsletters that we send you. So this is where you can get that. This is the most basic one that only lets you filter out by property subtype and county. Still really cool.
Yeah.
You can actually, download this right here, or you can take a screenshot and then, put it in Canva, jazz it up, or just share it as is on your own website. Another one that you can share for your customers is maybe market review. What was the first one that you clicked on? That's market. Yeah, and it kind of goes in an order from like most basic, easiest dashboard to the more complex one, which you would use for your CMA. I just clicked on market review right now, and that gave me this graph. And you'll probably see this. You'll see this on our website, and I think NEPAR also puts this on their website. So here you can come in here and customize however you want, and then download your own version.
If you ever see it on our website and NEFAR's website, our numbers will be different because NEFAR only does NEFAR's area and we service more areas than just NEFAR.
Additionally, if you're looking just on NEFAR or Real MLS's website for this, I would actually recommend you maybe the second or third day of the month, go to Donuts, because the data will already be here. Our public websites don't get it until maybe the 7th or 8th of the month. Yeah, so you'll actually get it sooner.
Like, by the second of every month.
I would say by the 2nd or 3rd of every month, you should see the data for the previous month. So February 3rd or so, you should see January.
So there's a reason why we wait till the 8th. The reason why we wait till the 8th is for people that are putting their listings in sold, that actually sold in the previous month. So we're giving people time to get a complete picture of that month. Sometimes that's a significant percentage difference.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people sell it towards the end of the month.
Yeah, that was a great question. Oh, but, okay.
I'm not what you
It's already broken in.
We're gonna start at 57. It's only for my truck.
Alrighty, kids, that was our technology session on analytics and sending out some stuff. So if you or anyone you know has any questions, comments, or concerns about real estate in Northeast Florida, St. Augustine area, Jacksonville, let me know. All right, so I'm gonna head out to my next session. I'll see you later. Bye.
I need a heater.